story begins in Hong Kong, where everything seemed normal on an ordinary day until suddenly a terrifying tsunami hit, flooding the entire city, forcing people to desperately search for safe places to survive, while the powerful water currents swept many away, leaving only those who managed to hide in elevated locations alive. And within hours, half of Hong Kong's population was wiped out. 5 years later, a girl named Asha still wakes in fear from nightmares of that tragic disaster, but gathers her courage every morning to continue living, residing in a tall building amidst ruins, secretly storing essential items among the debris to remain hidden, having created several hiding spots inside her apartment, waking every morning to go to the rooftop, filling containers with clean drinking water, listening to the radio after her morning tea, but switching channels to music whenever recorded government messages about shelters for the needy playing on the air, using headphones so no one nearby could hear, collecting morning dew in her towels to refill her water bottles, carefully measuring her water supply because she worries deeply about it due to long droughts, eating instant noodles while reminiscing about luxurious restaurants she once visited with friends, observing the surrounding flooded areas through her binoculars, focusing only on the tops of buildings as the lower sections remain submerged, often checking on her remaining neighbors. One day, she spots a floating box in the water and rushes to another window, using a hook device to retrieve it. But as she pulls it in, something in the water pushes it away, causing her to hit the window edge and injure her arm. Yet she ignores the pain to try again, only for a creature to release the box, splashing her with water as she falls in. And when she finally opens the box, she finds a bottle of alcohol amid the trash, taking it back to the rooftop, pausing mid-walk to stare upset at a distant door in the corridor, using the alcohol to clean her wounds and bandage herself, until in the evening she hears noises outside and sees 2 boats approaching with dangerous raiders attacking her neighbors, while a man on another rooftop observes her building through binoculars, prompting Asha to hide briefly, and realizing the boats might be heading toward her building, she quickly conceals all her belongings, scatters dust on the ground to appear unoccupied, hides behind a fake wall inside an old wardrobe, silently watching as the raiders search for food and supplies but find nothing. And when a gunshot fires, startled, it was a boy who misperceived a movement. After the raiders leave, she breathes a sigh of relief, lifts her mood by recalling joyful memories of her stepsister, with whom she used to enjoy meals and play at restaurants before the disaster. And the next day, she discovers another floating box containing various items, including a jar of honey, which fills her with happiness. Just as Asha's fleeting happiness returns, her eyes catch a dead body floating in the water, instantly shattering her joy. Yet after a short while, she immerses herself in her daily routine, unaware that someone quietly sneaks into her room to steal her hidden belongings. And although she hears faint noises, seeing nothing, she decides to ignore them and prepares to sleep, but then hears the sounds again. Grabbing her flashlight to investigate, yet finds no one, proceeds to wash her face, deliberately leaving soap behind as a trap for the thief, only to spot a girl stealing her possessions, whom Asha grabs by the shoulder, but the child kicks her and runs away, taking some of Asha's items, including a makeshift lamp. And as the girl reaches the lower corridor to open the door, she hears Asha approaching and hastily escapes. That night, Asha dreams of buying clothes for her stepsister's birthday, seeing her sister joyfully call her best friend and leave her parents' home to stay with Asha, and wakes abruptly to find her food container missing, following the trail of discarded wrappers to the spot where the girl slept near the lamp, choosing not to wake her and instead preparing food for herself. When the girl awakens, she searches hidden compartments, discovering an envelope containing photos of Asha and her sister, but flees as Asha arrives, and Asha quickly returns all photos to their place, unaware that one slipped to the floor, after which she makes noodles again, bringing some to the girl while recalling the night of her sister's birthday when their parents gifted a family necklace to her sister, sparking Asha's anger and leading to arguments that made her storm out of the house. Returning to the present, Asha, wearing the same clothes, offers noodles, but the girl refuses, so Asha leaves the food and departs, after which the girl eats everything and later notices a mattress left for her, which she ignores, returning all stolen items to Asha the next morning. During breakfast, Asha prepares 2 portions of noodles, leaving one for the girl and eating on the rooftop herself. And shortly after, the girl arrives and imitates Asha, causing both to laugh and bond, reminding Asha of the joyful days she once shared. And that evening, the girl finally uses the mattress left by Asha, falling asleep beside it, only to start crying suddenly, desperately trying to hide her tears. Asha tells the girl that if crying lightens the heart, she should cry. And the girl opens up, explaining that she misses her family and is making a small board to find her mother quickly, revealing her name as Hey Hey. But that night, Asha experiences terrifying nightmares again, and the next morning takes Hey Hey to the rooftop to wash her face, where Hey Hey plays with the bathroom door, causing the lock's tape to come off, accidentally locks, trapping them inside, making Asha upset until Hey Hey demonstrates how to unlock it. Later during breakfast, Asha discovers her real-life necklace is missing and hears noises indicating raiders have returned, telling Hei Hei to stay silent until they leave. And once the raiders are gone, Asha grooms Hei Hei's hair while Hei Hei insists Asha come with her, which Asha refuses, saying this is her home and there's nowhere safe to go, then asks if Hei Hei took her necklace, to which Hei Hei denies and angrily runs to another apartment. That evening, while Asha eats alone, she notices a water shortage and finds Hei Hei using the water for cleaning, triggering a flashback where Asha hears news of an approaching storm in a neighboring country, faces a fight with her mother about an arranged marriage, suffers horrific nightmares that night, and wakes to see countless corpses floating in the water, briefly mistaking Hei Hei for her sister and teaching her how to manage electricity in the building, though Hei Hei shows no interest, instead asking about a locked door at the end of the corridor, to which Asha warns that opening it will release a foul stench making survival impossible. And this prompts another flashback where she watches news of Singapore facing imminent flooding. Her mother abruptly shuts off the TV, saying the whole family will meet soon, causing Asha to angrily accuse them of imprisoning her and storm out. Returning to the present, Hei Hei listens to a government shelter message on the radio, rushes to Asha insisting they leave for safety, but Asha warns of the dangers outside, sparking an argument, after which Hei Hei calls Asha stubborn and leaves, and Asha follows her to another room, seeing Hei Hei playing recklessly with a flare gun, which Asha immediately takes, explaining that she had also tried leaving before, but was forced to return due to the dire conditions outside. The two embrace, and Asha remembers how years ago, when she had argued with her parents and left home, her sister had come to console her, but she refused to go back, promising to keep meeting her. And in the present, the morning rain begins, prompting Asha and Hei Hei to collect as much water as possible, during which Hei Hei notices Asha's necklace on the ground, and Asha also finds a lost photo, sinking into old memories, until Hei Hei reassures her that at least they have each other. And that night, as Asha goes to sleep, she discovers her necklace under her pillow, realizing it had fallen when its hook broke, feeling guilty for suspecting Hei Hei, and the next morning she spends the entire day building a boat, making Hei Hei happy, while memories of her sister explaining that she had hidden the necklace in Asha's jacket flood back, followed by a vivid flashback of a devastating tsunami that terrified people running through the streets. And back in the present, Asha gifts the necklace to Hei Hei, and they begin packing their belongings into the boat to leave, while Hei Hei listens to the radio and accidentally disconnects her headphones, causing music to blare, prompting Asha to immediately turn it off. And suddenly they hear the raiders approaching again, forcing them to hide their things quickly, with Asha sending Hei Hei behind a fake wall in a cupboard for safety while she hides in the foul-smelling room, discovering her old family album in what was once her apartment. Meanwhile, the raiders break in through the window, searching more aggressively and destroying everything in sight, including the boat. And one boy enters the stinking room, covering his mouth to avoid the smell, and as he lifts some old bed sheets, he discovers the bodies of Asha's parents beneath them, causing him to vomit. And at that moment, Asha recalls the scene of the tsunami sweeping away everything in its path, killing hundreds within seconds as everyone scrambled to survive. And she desperately climbs the stairs of a building with her sister, only to find more people converging there in a panic, trying to save themselves. In the present, the raiders seize all food and supplies while staring at Asha's photos, when suddenly one boy notices the wardrobe and grows suspicious, prompting the others to help him slide it aside, capturing Hei Hei in the process, while Asha, hiding in the foul-smelling room, hears the commotion and flashes back to the moment her sister stumbled and was crushed in the crowd as she climbed the stairs, a memory so traumatic that she hadn't realized her sister had disappeared. Meanwhile, terrified Hei Hei reveals Asha's hiding spot to the raiders, who find her and knock her unconscious, leaving Asha bound in ropes while one raider attempts to take advantage of her until his boss calls him away, after which the raiders load all their loot and Hei Hei onto a boat, dragging Asha outside. And upon seeing Hei Hei, Asha recalls her sister and resolves not to repeat past mistakes, yanking on the ropes with all her strength, which causes the raiders to pull back with a shock, throwing Asha into the water, where she grabs a broken ladder and attacks the raider, who angrily tries to drown her. But after a struggle, Asha pulls out a flare gun from her pocket and shoots, the loud gunshot forcing all the raiders to retreat inside the building, searching separately for her, until one large boy hears Asha crying and turns toward the sound. It was all part of Asha's plan as she cleverly ensnared the raider with ropes, throwing him down and finishing him off by repeatedly striking him with a guitar, then picking up a knife and sneaking into another room where she turned on the radio, luring a second raider, whom she ambushes from behind, stabbing him in the back, but he spins to fight, throwing her onto a mattress and attempting to strangle her until she manages to pull the knife from his back and spins it until he dies, while a female raider arrives drawn by the noise, seeing a fire burning in a can, and Asha douses her with oil, pushes her into a room, ignites the fire, and locks the door so she is trapped, her screams reaching the leader, who begins ascending the stairs, only for Asha to leap onto him mid-climb, starting a brutal fight in which he repeatedly strikes her and tries to choke her. But Asha struggles free, grabs a fluorescent tube, plunging the room into darkness, and in the dark she strikes and kills the leader with it. Then lighting her flashlight, she sees another raider opening fire, forcing her to dash toward the rooftop while he chases her. And as he enters, she quickly locks the door behind her, trapping him, but he pleads in an innocent voice to open it. And as she hesitates, he fires, leaving her no choice but to leave him. And now only one raider remains, watching Hei on the boat, and Asha attacks him with her hook device, missing, but Hei seizes the moment to push him into the water, and Asha jumps in to save her. And in the ensuing struggle, the raider resurfaces only to be devoured by a sea creature, after which Asha and Hei finally swim safely to the boat, climb aboard, and set off toward the shelter, relieved that the supplies the raiders left on the boat were more than enough to sustain them on their journey. And that night, Asha sleeps peacefully for the first time, marking the triumphant and emotional conclusion of this amazing story.